Title: How the Higgs boson exists and gives mass to various dimensions. After finally measuring it in 2019, at plus and minus 0.15, the Higgs boson is worth 125.35 GeV/c²2. 1 electron volt is 1.602176634 in 10⁻⁻19 joules, and 1 billion of it makes it integer as 1,602,176,634. Its division by c squared and its product by 125.35 lead it exactly to 22.3456718760569770 times 10⁻⁻26 joules relative to A. Time expressed squared. This number expresses until the 19 digits of the motion indicated in the index by 1 present in a cycle 10 that is advancing with 10, that 19 that are the dimensions with which it is expressed 1 electron volt in joule. The correct analysis of this quantity disaggregates these components, which are all expressed in line indices, the correct expression of a mass that always advances in line. The sums of the indices indicate always the products that get always interactions among the powers, when they are all expressed in the same base 10. Analysis by components: 22.3456718760569770 times 10 to the power of negative 26 is the total to the size of the Hebrew God, YHVH equals 26, with me defining this as the particle of God. It is the 26 weeks that bring the Earth to the opposite point of diameter. 22 integer times 10⁻⁻26 is just the mass leading to the orbital opposite point of a back and forth that is 22 plus 22. Afterwards 0.345600 times 10 to the power of negative 26 is the time of the 86,400 seconds of each day, which, multiplied by 4, gives 4 days. Afterwards 67 times 10 to the power of negative 6, the complex space, multiplied by 10⁻⁻26, is boson 44, transverse, which plus 22 the 1. Sided flow is the energy 66 in 1 second. Afterwards 18 times 10 to the power of negative 8, the light dimension, multiplied by 10⁻⁻26, is the mass 18 of H2O, atomic weight 16 oxygen, and 1 plus 1 the 2 hydrogen atoms. Afterwards 276 times 10 to the power of negative 10th m is in atomics units. Multiplied by 10⁻⁻26 is the energy 66, boson 44 plus 22, which now moves the whole cycle 10. Afterwards 205 times 10 to the power of negative second of the atomic units, multiplied by 10⁻⁻26, is the real detail of its space, in space 05, one-sided in 10 ranging from -05 to +05. Afterwards 69 times 10 to the power of negative fourth of the atomic units, multiplied by 10⁻⁻26, is the energy 66, boson 44 plus 22, in the whole move in space 3. Afterwards 770 times 10 to the power of negative seventh of the atomics units, multiplied by 10⁻26, is the complex plane, curved by the constraint 7 of sphere, acting multiplied to 110. When the 86,400 s of one day are divided into the 60 s of a first minute, then 1440 shows the cycle 10 of the boson 44 in the 1,000 masses present in a cubic meter. Since a kilo was placed in its thousandth, the cubic dm full of H2O at 4 degrees Celsius. The sum of 1,000 plus 44 tens indicates the product given by 10 to the power of 1,000th multiplied by 10 to the power of 440th. When the 86,400 seconds of one day are multiplied by the 365.25 days, and become 31,557,600 s equals 1 year, this number of seconds must be divided by the time 1/2 of the boson 444.4, given by 222.2, to which μ be added 70. All the cycle 10 of the curvature 7 of the spherical constraint, sum that as usual is worth the product of the same powers ahead those indices and on the same base 10. With 31,557,600 s divided by 222.2 plus 70 is equal to 108,000 s. And we have 1.25 day only by dividing 108,000 s for the 86,400 second of one day. In this way, 1.25 days have also the form of the whole integer 125 number with which the boson has been measured. It is excluded the time of the 35/100, indicating the percentage value of the spherical constraint 7, when it acts in the future multiplying for 5, that is for the half cycle of the unit given by 10. In fact, all the decimal values indicate times of the future and not of the present, since the present time is only expressed in the integer value. We have also seen this in the electron volt 1.6021766634 times 10 to the power of negative 19 joule, which has taken on the integer value of GeV, in which it no longer has decimal values. All this works perfectly because we have dimensioned the unit of the meter, and of the kilo, on the same 10 cycle respected by the cycle of time, when it is perpetually 1/10 of 10. Since the beginning of this millennium, the architect Romano Amadeo had shouted loudly that the boson had to be 44 in time and mass, that is to say, to be given in quantity by February 3rd of the 66 times 10 to the power of negative 35th of Planck's unit of energy, at the dimension 35, at which the boson then appeared, as 125.35. These 2/3 would be imposed as the transverse plane with sides 22 and 22, whose real and unilateral flow then appeared only the 22 advancing in the universe, in which every rotating mass comes and goes in the linear component indicated by the diameter, but only in 2 times of going on and turning back. Particle of God, 44 plus 10. He rightly argued that the mass of the particle of light itself, determined by the exact 540 of the candle, was given in its millionth, to the size of the unit of the atomic mass, and therefore by 0.00054 U, being given by the boson 44 having the dynamics 10 of the numerical cycle. This 10 plus 44, which carried the energy of the particle, brought the Earth to 10 multiplied by 44 expressed in the 1,000 masses of kilos, 1,000th of a cubic meter. I realized that Romano Amadeo was right, from the moment when physics imposed 10 rise to 10 as the unitary module. Every correct relationship is brought back to this modulation, as happens in every construction, for example building, which is controlled by a module. then it no longer matters whether each component is made of brick or iron or any other material, as long as it respects the modulus of its presence, which in this case is imposed by the cycle 10, when it exists at any dimension. Signed, as my proposal, Peter Higgs and Romano Amadeo.